Dads, Lads and Kebabs. Sponsored by Ghostalware. And now, it's Dads, Lads and Kebabs.
What are you waiting for?
Bang! That's what I was waiting for, Mickey. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to another show of Dads, Lads and Kebabs. This week sponsored by Who Gives a Shit?
Ghostalware.
Ghostalware. Should we send some shit to Johnny Depp? Oh, mate, have you been watching the
Some
case?
shit. What, literal shit?
Oh, Amber Heard did that. She shat in his bed. Have you been watching it? It's all drama, isn't it? Fucking mate, she's a twat.
I've not been watching it, but I've been hearing the clips on Facebook and all that. So
She is one nasty bastard. The fucking cheek of her. She's fucking horrible.
Did she shit on his bed? Is that what happened?
She shat on his bed. She moved all her mates into his houses. Like, she'd proper control him. She'd bully him internally. She's fucking, what's it called? Gaslighting. Gaslighting. She'd gaslight him.
Yeah.
Proper horrible cunt. I don't use that word lightly, but she's a cunt. Big time. Oh, fuck me. Imagine though. He's suing her though for 50 million bags.
Has she got 50 million though? That's the thing.
I mean, if you get sued for it, you get sued for it, right? You just got to pay it.
I can sue you for 100 million. You ain't got 100 million. Am I going to get it? No.
I got 150 quid, mate. I've spent it all on
Colourful trainers.
Colourful
show
trainers.
Show your trainers. No, show the people your trainers. Come on.
I can't.
Makes them happy. Take it off.
Here we go.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. Nice yellow, blue, and orange and white. Very nice.
These are my shoes that make me happy. And I just look at them, but it's the little things in life because I look down at my feet and I just think, oh, look at those. They're quite fancy, aren't they? They're a bit posh, aren't they? We like them. Oh, they're one of my American purchases. $24. $24 is what I'm going to tell you they cost.
£19
for a pair of Vans.
Nice.
I've got a matching hoodie as well. Actually,
oh, wow, that's so gay. Yeah,
this was it's a very nice hoodie actually.
I like getting stuff from America because it's so much cheaper than English prices, and
like ridiculously cheaper.
It's so Like we'll pay the same amount. Like something would be $199 in America, and we'll pay $199 or more in England. Pounds, I mean. And it's wow. That's like it's crazy prices.
It's stupid. And I didn't realise that up until obviously we went to outlets and stuff in Florida, and I was like, oh, that's cheap. I'm going to get that. And by the way, I did buy 6 pairs of shoes. So, that proves that. But things like little things, like I bought, which I wouldn't have thought to buy, but I bought socks, right? Now, like every guy, we don't get rid of our socks until they're literally falling off our feet.
Until I get holes in them.
Same with pants. Like, I've still got pants where the Gucci's missing, and I still wear them.
I bought new pants yesterday, actually, because I saw them in Tesco, and I thought, oh, they look nice.
I love new pants.
Yeah, I'm going to get some more later. Same ones again. So.
I was thinking, right, do you think this will take off as a business? You know, like Birds have got, like, Victoria's Secret shops and stuff, and Summers. Do you think men should have a shop for pants and socks?
What would you call it?
Oh, I don't know. So you got Victoria. I'm just gonna. So you got Victoria's Secret, so I'm just gonna call it Naughty Lies or Niall's Naughty Secrets, Naughty Bits. But basically, right, because
Billy's Budgies.
Like, you need to, as you get older, you appreciate having a good pair of pants. I feel quite stable in a good pair of pants. When they've not got a hole in, I'm a bit like, oh, this is a bit posh, isn't it? I've
Yeah,
got pants on.
the thing is though, sometimes they can be too tight, if that makes sense, and they're not comfortable
Oh,
to wear, even though they're the right size. But you get some brands of pants, different ones. I mean, I don't buy brands; I just buy Tesco or whatever, Peacock, Primark, whatever. And sometimes they're a bit tight in the same size, so that's not really comfortable. I couldn't wear these.
but that's one of the things that you wouldn't lie to yourself about. Do you know, like when you'd buy a t-shirt and lie to yourself to say, "Oh, I don't need a large. I'll get a medium," or
Never done that.
"I won't. I'm not a 34 waist. I'll get a 32." When really, you're 34. Get the 34. Buy the 34. Put them in the bag for 34. Take them home the 34. But no, you buy the 32. You take them home and you squeeze into them, and before you know it, right, they're just too tight and your bollocks are trapped. Whereas pants, you can't lie to yourself because, like you said, if you get pants that are too tight,
They're not nice.
it's not a nice feeling. So you can't lie to yourself. You've got to get your size. But oh yeah, pants, fucking pants. I love a good set of new pants. So anyway, I bought pants in America. Going back, we
And
digress.
socks. Yeah.
Pants and socks, right? So I bought but in America they have like nylon material, like silk. Right, and I thought I bought them. I bought a 6-pack of like these boxes, like these Skate brand or whatever they were, from a really good shop called Ross for Less. For those who know about a shop called Ross for Less, you know about Ross for Less because it's like TK Maxx but cheaper. Just they slash the prices more.
Ooh.
Oh, all right. Put it this way: I bought a pack of 12 Ralph Lauren socks. Right, just general wear. Right, just proper.
Virgin. Sorry.
Proper nice white socks, yeah. 12 wrap. They got the logo on the opposite side, but I can't show you that. Right, so I bought a pack of 12, and they were $8. $8
For 12?
for 12 packs of socks. And then I thought, oh fuck it, I'm gonna buy the matching trainer sock ones as well, and they were $7 for a pack of 12. And I was like, I just thought, oh, I'll check the prices in the UK, what it would cost for 12 pairs of Ralph Lauren white socks, like with the logo on the side.
30, 40 pound, I reckon.
I think it was about 45 quid altogether because they don't sell packs of 12 here. They sell packs of 6.
Okay.
So it was about 45 quid. And I was like, right, okay, it's mental. We've even talked about going back to Florida the next time we need clothes just to do it.
Just to get pants and socks.
Just get pants. Anyway, I digress again. The pants situation. So I bought the pants. I took them out of the box. And I was like, oh, they're a bit of a silky material. What's going on?
Yeah.
I've never done this before until I put them on. Honestly, I put them on. It's like I just had my balls tickled. They just hug them. And I thought, oh, they're going to be really sweaty and stuff because it's silky in it. No. No, mate. Nylon pants, yeah, are the future. Mate, there's none of that chafy business, right? There's none of that sort of sweatiness around the balls if you've had a hot day and you've walked a bit, right?
Yeah.
You know, like girls get disco fanny, right? Men get walking gooch rot, squat rot, crack and spridge, we call it. We call it crack and spridge under there, right?
Wow.
And basically, they're the future, mate. So now, but I can't find them anywhere here. So
Nylon boxes. I'm sure you can find nylon boxes somewhere.
oh, mate, I'm pretty sure you probably can, but they feel just feel nice, and I just like a good pair of pants. I feel like that's one of the things you need in later on in life. You need a stable bank balance and a good pair of pants.
Yeah. Well, I have one of those now.
and a decent blood pressure.
Yeah. Wow.
How's the keto going anyway, you fat cunt?
I lost again last week. So,
Good man. What did you lose?
just under a kilo. So.
Oh shit!
But that was the Easter week, so I'd had 3 days of chocolate, by the way, and I basically only had 2.5 days of on keto properly. So and I lost 1.5 inches over the 3 areas of the stomach, torso.
That you wanted to do.
I'm happy. So yeah, so hopefully this week I'll lose more. So I feel better now. I'm hardly eating, and I'm not even hungry. So
good. You've done this so many times, though. Like your
My
mentality
body's
is
thinking,
quite
oh,
pro.
thank you so much. Not
Like
eat
I've
one shit a
fast
day.
dieted 1 shit a day, man.
Yeah, not 7. I'm
Oh,
so happy. My ass
and
was
it's
hurting from cleaning
solid
and
shit, though,
wiping.
isn't it? It's proper
Yeah.
like
When you eat normal food, my body's like, nah, get that out. Literally, get that shit out. And it's like, I'm fed up of going. I'm fed up of sitting down. I'm fed up of walking around the corner. Oh, I need to shit again. And proper shit, not just little bits. It's like
proper shit.
proper shit.
A man shit. That's what we do, right? We go to the toilet, get the newspaper out, sit down. Right, we warm the toilet seat up first, and then we shit. Have you got a poo step? Have you got one of those?
No, but I do lift my ankles up.
Poo steps are the future. Just saying.
They
All
get
right,
it
you
out
get a poo
easier.
step. Well, it's not that. You're in the natural position, aren't you, of squatting?
Squatting, yeah. Like the old days.
So
There was no toilets. You did it on the floor.
you're on like a bend, all right, and it all comes out.
Comes out nice,
Oh.
a nice angle. And
Yeah.
it helps the sphincter release.
I want to know, right? Because this is something I haven't seen it. So, have you seen this dodgy video that's going around? It's all over TikTok about some Dubai thing. I don't know what it is.
No.
I don't want to. I've just seen this Dubai thing. Dubai porta potty. It's called. I take it it's one of them videos. Do you know, like
Oh.
the 2 girls 1 cup video years ago? Apparently, there's a new one going around. I haven't seen it, but
So,
obviously,
or is it Dubai what?
I think it's some Dubai potty or something. It was all over Twitter, and I don't have Twitter, so I can't.
Dubai porta potty.
Yeah, apparently, and apparently it's one of them videos. But I was going to talk about when shit goes around like that. And how do you not remember videos like that? Like I remember the 2 girls 1 cup video, and I remember thinking, who's got that on their phone?
It takes so long to
Who has-
download it. See, from what I can see, they're not showing anything. Basically, I can show you the camera. That is all that keeps coming up, saying, "Do not watch this." It looks
Well,
like she's been shot or something's in her mouth. I don't really understand.
She gets defecated on.
Oh,
Right, apparently she's an influencer or something. She's an influencer in Dubai or whatever, and apparently she did it for money or whatever.
fair enough.
A lot of money. Well, what I'm asking you, Mickey, is would you let someone shit on your face for 50 quid?
It would depend on who it is, for a
Oh,
start.
mate.
It'd obviously be a she. I ain't letting no man shit on me. Because men
Man's
a
a- man's-
day. At
Men are
least
a bit shit.
at least let me look at a nice fanny as it's coming down. First.
Oh!
I don't want to see a hairy ball bag coming towards my face, and then a sweaty hairy ass excavating onto me. So it's got to be it's got to be a nice. It's got to be a nice lady.
Do you know what
area.
baffles me about
obviously £100
the whole-
maybe?
the whole 100 quid? You fucking cheap bastard! You're so cheap. Do you know what gets me though about all this? Is when did
more
sex?
than 40, 50?
Get off your phone now. Put your phone down. Right, we're working here, yeah. We get paid for this,
I'm looking. Yeah, paid by nobody.
or royalties. When did sex become not enough for some people? When did they have to start mixing it up a bit? Do you know, like people that like to be tortured and shit?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Or handcuffed, or I think I'd be blown. I'd let my. I can't say this. I can't do it.
Hi, Dad.
Basically, right. When did sex not become enough for some people? When did they have to start making it go further and just weird shit. People are into weird shit this day and age.
Yeah, metal rods. Have you seen that when people...
The Jack's Eye one?
Yeah. They I would rather you shoot me in the face with a
I would
gun
literally...
than put a metal rod that's lubed down my Jap's eye. There is no fucking money in the world that you could pay me. £1 million in a suitcase, I would say fuck off to that.
There was...
There's
fuck
no
that.
way.
No, fuck that. There was a documentary. Do you know Stacey Dooley is? The ginger?
Yeah. From Strictly, that weirdo.
Your type, basically.
Yeah,
right?
I don't like her. She's a bit of a... Yeah.
That's only because she's got a Cockney voice, though. But she's everything that you ever describe. Ginger. You love a ginger, don't you?
Yeah, white skin, freckles. I love freckles.
Right. Do you want to see my freckles, mate? Does that turn you on, bruv?
No.
Yeah, so basically she does this show on BBC called Stacey Dooley Sleeps Over or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of them. Yeah.
Basically, it was on... I only know because it was on Gogglebox the other day. And basically... she goes around people's houses and what they get up to and stuff. And there's a woman who's 65 and she's a... I'm going to say dominatrix? She's the boss, basically, yeah. Anyway, she has regular clients that come over to her house on a scheduled appointment on a monthly basis. And there was one gentleman who pulled up in his, Suzuki Swift. Must have been about 45. On a very nice residential area where people put plant pots outside their front gardens and mow their lawn on a Sunday. Anyway, and they don't get stolen. So the man gets out his car only to be wearing one of those leather masks with like a cat mask, basically, but with like a mouthpiece and all that. He got out of his car. Got out of his car on a residential street, walked up to her lovely little 2-bed semi-detached bungalow. She let him in the side. And he come through the door and went, "Hi, miss." And he's basically his pleasure. Obviously, he was do you know what I mean? He'd never kissed a girl, that kind of bloke. And his pleasure was having his fucking foreskin slapped, like proper, not like proper. She's just battered the shit out of his knob for an hour and charged him £180 for the process.
I've seen women kick men in the bollocks.
Kick him in the bollocks, yeah.
When they're naked, and it's like, why? Why did you enjoy that? If someone breathes on my bollocks, it hurts. Like, do not touch my nads. Quick weird question. You know when women are, yeah, and it's just going to be difficult to explain. It's not, but it's going to be a bit weird, like with people. Do you like your balls being sucked? That does nothing for me. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Sorry. Yeah, because it seems to be the thing for the last couple of years, and I'm like...
The thing?
That has no sexual gratification for me whatsoever. Just suck the dick. Don't suck the balls. Balls have
suck
no...
the dick.
You missed it. Go up.
Listen, bitch. Right. Stop pussyfooting around. Just suck the dick.
No, that's not being horrible. It's like some people really love it, apparently. Some men really like the balls being... But for me, it doesn't... I don't have any, like, oh, my God, that's so nice. I just wondered if you did. Or you know of any people that actually like that.
I know a guy. Oh, no.
There's nothing there that would be like, oh, yeah, that's nice. Because there's no, it's just like your leg. I mean, you probably get more aroused touching your leg than your balls, to be fair.
To be honest, like you said, though, anything with your balls, though, I'm a bit like... I crossed my leg the other day. And trapped one. And I couldn't, in the situation that I was in, I couldn't really explain what I just did around people and why I was in pain. So I had to hide the pain on the inside. And didn't realise that I just trapped one of my... I then realised I just trapped one of my balls while crossing my leg, like a twat. And then I thought, that really hurts. I haven't been kicked... I was kicked in the bollocks when I was younger, but fuck me, like, a kick up the bollocks is a kick up the bollocks, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's not nice.
I got hit with a beanbag, like a hacky sack. In my nads the other week. Yeah, it's, you know them games where you got the holes and you have to throw them across the room trying to get them in.
Yeah, cornhole.
We were playing them at work with the residents and that, and some of the staff decided to throw them at me, and they had a handful of them. There's like 10 on there. And I just lobbed them, and I'm like, yeah, come on then. No, one got me in the bollocks, and I nearly swallowed myself. It was that painful. And I'm like,
It's literally that's the only way you can describe.
Sick. I felt so sick. I had to walk out the room. I couldn't. I was laying on the floor going, oh.
It's the only way you can describe a kick up the bollocks is where it's like, oh.
Yeah, women won't know this, but
not that we're saying that we're comparing pains here, women. So don't think that. But yeah, a kick up the bollocks.
Imagine if you flicked a woman's bean like proper. Maybe that hurts. I know women flick their beans, but like full pelt finger flick. That's probably what you can compare it to, I suppose. I don't know, because you can't flick a lip. Ain't gonna do.
How do we digress to shit like this?
From pants.
Literally, this is the show, people. We digress to this kind of lows. Dads, Lads and Kebabs does not get any different than this. If you followed from episode 1 to now, it doesn't get any different. We don't know how to. Like, you've got two blokes that literally don't know how to follow a platform, and we'll just go off on what we want to talk about. So, oh fuck me, yeah, it's one of those.
Bollock pain is not the one.
Bollock pain. I'd say bollock pain is up there with dental pain. Dental pain for me is the only pain that I can't
handle.
I can't. Like, I'm out. I am checking out. I'm done. Like, I remember once I would, at a younger age, I'd have loads of money, spend all the fucking money, and I'd go around with this just pain in my mouth. And I had a crack in my tooth that got bigger and bigger and bigger. Part of the tooth tipped away. And then one day I ate a piece of garlic bread that had been overcooked. You know the corner bit, the round bit at the end? You shouldn't eat anyway. I bit into it, and the corner bit of the garlic bread went into the hole. Pressed down on the nerve. I nearly collapsed. Like, to the point where I was like, oh my God, how are you in this much pain? And I was in pain, like not sleeping for days pain. Like, taking pain because they were doing nothing. And I was just avoiding the dentist, because I don't like dentists. I don't like the thought of being put. And then I went in, paid, my 300 quid that you do. And he got me in the chair and he just let me down and he was like, look, we're going to take it out. And he just put the needle in the nerve, and I was like, oh my God. And it was like, no. And he just took it all out. And I did the first one, and I was like, I'm not in pain. I'm in pain because I just had a tooth removed. That's different. Yeah. But I was like, I'm not in pain anymore. I'm not in the pain that I was in. I had like a hole in my mouth for days. I kept putting my tongue in.
I got a big hole in my mouth. Yeah.
All right. But the best money I have ever spent was on dental work, because I don't care if I have to get a loan for $5,000, right, to get my teeth sorted. I'll fucking do it. Oh, mate, I ain't going through dental pain again ever in my fucking life. It's horrible. I'm not pain-wise. I'm fine. I can handle. I like to think I handle pain. I'm on pain. We're gonna have pain. But no, dental pain. Fuck that. Masculinity, all right. It's just like, it is such a bloke thing to do, isn't it? Such a bloke thing to do we bottle everything up. We don't discuss things. We just bottle it, even including pain. Like, I wouldn't tell somebody I was in pain. I'd take a load of tablets and they'd know that I was taking tablets and stuff. But I wouldn't tell them.
I'd try and tell everybody. I want fucking sympathy. I don't fucking get it. Like, if I'm not upset, but like, poorly or I've hurt something, like, I'll try and get as much sympathy as I can, and it's like, at home I get nothing. It's like, fuck you all. I'll go. That's why I go to work and say, oh, and everyone's like, oh, you were right, and I'm like, yay. It's so good.
You little fucking bitch on the sympathy train.
That's because I'm an only child and I need attention because I didn't get it. Or I did get it. I don't know. Fuck knows.
Oh, You just literally. So this, are you coming out with your childhood trauma now? I didn't get it.
I think so. It's like when I had my funeral, I wanted everybody to cry as much as possible. Don't celebrate my life, celebrate my death. Everyone be upset and unhappy and cry lots and miss me.
I was talking about that last night with some of the family. Death. Have you thought about what you want? Like,
Yeah, cremated.
you want to be cremated?
Yeah.
Why?
Only old people get buried nowadays, unless you're religious, and then obviously you have to be buried.
But
yeah.
is that something you've always thought about? You just thought you made the decision one day, I want to be cremated.
I personally do not know anybody that wants to be buried. Whenever this discussion pops up, are you going to be buried? Ugh.
I want to be buried.
That's a long fucking ceremony, you know that.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Drag the day, make a day of it. That's what I said yesterday. Make a day out of it, right? You're going to have to get dressed up. Everybody loves getting dressed up. I'm wearing a suit. You're wearing a suit, right? You know, it might rain that day. They might lower the coffin. Because they do the ceremony in the church. Then they do the burial. Chuck the vicar a few quid. You know what I mean? It's all a big day out. Then they go out for lunch afterwards. A wake. I want my wake to be as shit as possible, though. Like,
why?
Because I'm not there. I don't want nice food served at my wake. Like, oh, this is some of Niall's favourite food. I'm not fucking there to eat it.
Look.
I want them to be like. I want them to be like, Niall took fucking credit cards out in my name. Honestly, my plan is to die utterly. Obviously, make sure it's all disconnected from my daughter at that point. But I'm gonna die millions, thousands. I'm gonna apply for everything, every credit card going. I'm just gonna die riddled with debt, just as my final fuck you to the world.
Fuck the system.
Yeah. Oh, I am gonna milk the shit out of stuff. My fear is being helpless. That's the only stage I don't want to get to. I don't want a stage where people have to look after me. Because obviously we know what it's like to support people and look after people.
Yeah.
I think you must be the same. I don't think you'd want somebody doing it for you.
What, that you knew, you mean?
Not that you knew, but you know,
in general.
In general, you've been a carer now for 12 years. You've been a carer for now.
9.
From a carer to an assistant manager or whatever you are now, I
still do personal care. I still shower and clean.
No, that's what I'm saying. You still do that, but would you want somebody doing that for you? Is what I'm saying. I don't want to be at that point.
Yeah, I want some 22-year-old woman doing it for me. Shower me, please. I'm such a pervert. I do apologise.
Oh, mate.
Wipe my ass. I've got shit everywhere. Come on. Bend over. Wipe it properly. Come on.
Shake. Ripping it. Inside joke. Oh, taking your time.
Hello, me darling.
Oh shit. Oh, mate.
Why not have a bash? You know?
I'm scared. That's what scares me the most. I don't want to be a burden on anybody. That's my problem. It's the fact that I've relied on nobody. I don't rely on anybody. I don't expect people to fix my emotional problems. I don't expect people to fix my financial problems. Like, I'll deal with that, and I'll deal with it as I deal with it.
Do you think that that's a man thing? Because in my general day-to-day life, every little thing that I do, I generally do myself. I don't think there's one thing that somebody does for me. Like, I do my own washing. I do my own washing up. I make my own coffee. I never rely on people to, can you go get my meds from wherever? Can you go pick this up for me? If I'm not available to do it, I don't do it. It doesn't get done, if that makes sense. Whereas women, and this isn't women bashing, they're like, oh, can you go do this? Oh, because you're off work. Can you go get this? Like, family and friends. And it's like, really?
And that goes.
Do you do anything yourself? You know?
That goes under. I read this recently, and that goes under that men are loved unconditionally under conditions. So men will be loved under the conditions that they do the things that they are supposed to do. So do they provide? Do they do the things that you want them to do? Do they sacrifice for you? You know, will they change their plans for you? Yes. Will a man go out his way for you? Yes.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Will he support you financially if you're struggling? Yes. And it's under the conditions, because if a man wasn't doing those things, he would then be neglectful. There wouldn't be a relationship.
No.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a relationship. It wouldn't be worthy.
He doesn't do nothing for me.
He's neglectful. He doesn't cater for my needs.
Exactly.
And it's under the conditions. Another thing I read was that a man will get his first flowers at his funeral.
Unless you're foreign. Foreign people have.
But take the flowers out.
Yeah.
Take the flowers out of the equation. It's like the appreciation of things, you know. And I think sometimes that, I mean, we don't ask for gratitude. I don't need gratitude. I don't need somebody's praise, and I don't need anyone's thanks or anything for anything I do for anybody. I spend my life helping other people. I've always done that, no matter what I do for work or my personal life or my home life or whatever. It'll always be to help somebody else. The last person I think about is myself. You know, I would rather go without to make sure that the person next to me is standing that little bit taller than I am. And I believe that in life is the fact that I'm happy with me. I'm good with me. I'm happy where I am. I don't care about financial anymore. I used to be so materialistic, so money driven. So I want this, I want that. I don't care anymore. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care about finances anymore. I don't care about having a big bank account. I care about providing. I care about being there for the people that I love the most. And I care about the memories that I'm making. That's all I care about. Money doesn't bother me. Money does two things. It pays for things and it buys things. Okay? And it will support the memories of doing things.
It also makes people horrible as well.
Money
turns
evil,
people,
fucking evil, and I've seen that on first hand recently. That what money does to people, and I just think that money is one of those things that you're going to have it and you're going to not have it, and you're going to spend it, and you can save it, and you can save it, and you're going to save it to spend it. So it doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't make you stand that little bit taller. It's not going to get you on a higher table when you go and see the man upstairs.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't do anything for me anymore. I used to be so bad, so terrible, that I wanted those things. I did. Of course I did. Every young man does. But it was only to the point I realised that actually, do you know what? Different things have happened to me through money and things like that. Is one, that I neglected who I am as a person. I neglected the standards of me. Like, I'd spend money, buy new clothes, do this, but I wouldn't work on myself. I stopped going to the gym for like a few months, and I was like, wait, so you can spend all this money, but you won't take the time to work on yourself?
Yeah.
And, you know, or you'll spend all this money, but you're not looking after your health? Like, how many times can you going out to eat 3 nights of the week, or you're having a takeaway 4 nights of the month? Like, you're allowing yourself to do that, paying for that out of your money, moaning that you're spending this amount of money, but yeah. You're not looking at what you're doing to the insides of your body. You're just not bothered because you're doing it through greed. And, yeah. It's just, I don't know. Men are we're different. Not in we're a better, not in where that we think we deserve more. I just think that men have been silent for so long that actually that's the only way we can be.
Yeah, but people won't feel sorry for us because up until like 70 years ago, men ruled everything and the women had no rights or anything. I'm sure it's like the 20s or 30s. They had more rights coming in, voting rights and all that stuff. obviously the Western world, there are other countries in like Asia and Middle East and that is different, and I'm not going to go into that because I can't really explain it in a professional and correct manner, so I won't. But yeah, and now so people are like, oh, men feel underappreciated now. They're like, well, that's what we used to feel like as women. So deal with it. That's what
I get that. It's
women
oppression, isn't it?
rule the world now. Women do rule the world. I don't care if they're underpaid from the men in all the big high-powered jobs. They still run the world. I think, don't they?
Yeah. In a way.
Of course they do. What about you? Your missus runs your home. I get ruled as well.
She don't run shit.
Yeah.
No. Well,
like we were saying, we do men generally, if you're a good man, you do everything you can to try and help to support the female in your life and things like that.
But that just goes back to what you said. That goes back to what you said a minute ago. It's the fact that we do these things because it's not that we've been asked to do them. We just do them because we do them. Do you know where you said you wouldn't ask somebody, like I wouldn't ask my missus to do my washing. I would expect to do it myself, but in turn I'll do everyone else's. But now we've took it upon ourselves that actually we take turns on who does it. And there's compromises and stuff. But if I wanted, I don't know, I wanted a shirt ironing for tomorrow, I wouldn't then say, have you ironed my stuff yet for tomorrow?
No.
Have you put petrol in my car? Do you know, have you made sure that I've paid my phone bill this month? Like, that's your shit.
Yeah, you deal with it. You handle your own shit. Yeah.
It goes down to the little things though, where when you're sat in the same room, and your missus will say, "Can you go get my phone charger from upstairs?" Example.
Yeah.
Like,
or my car. I left it in the car. Yeah. Like, get it yourself, but it's not worth a row. So you say, "Oh, I'll get it. I'll put my shoes on. You've got your shoes on already, but you're not going to get off the sofa. Get it. I'll do it. I'll put my coat on, my shoes. I'll go out to the car and get it."
Little things like that, yeah. Those little tiny things like that is you're asking somebody to do something for you that you don't want to do. I don't do that. I don't do that. That's not for me. I can't fathom within myself to say I want to make somebody else do the things that I don't want to do.
Yeah, that's not what I do.
So when somebody says something like that to you, can you go and get it? And you're like, and in your mind you're thinking, the fuck are you asking me for? You want it, not me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Blokes, how many rows do blokes have in their heads? Like,
I have that in the car while I'm driving.
Yeah. Oh, I argue with myself.
I act it out.
Yeah, act it out. Yeah. Oh fuck, man! This is how blokes are so similar. Is the fact that that's what we do. We act it out of like how it would go, but in our minds,
we say the words.
Yeah.
And then you get angry, and it's like, what the fuck,
mate? I have umpteen rows by myself, and does it make me feel better? No, it doesn't make me feel better. It just knows I know how it's going to play out.
Yeah.
I know how it's going to play out. And like, it's just so little things though. It's like, I think we touched upon this last week. I hate seeing those things where men are like, oh, this is how my missus is going to react if I ask to go on a lad's night out. The preempted, they know.
Yeah.
So men pussyfoot around things by actually not wanting to say what they want to say. And I'm like, but you should be able to say what you want to say.
Shouldn't be scared.
And in turn, women are going, well, you don't even know what my reaction was going to be anyway. Like, but I do, because you're doing it right now. you're giving the reaction I didn't want. No bloke has ever played it out in his head going, yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in and say, babe, tonight I'm going out for a few beers with the lads. Oh, yeah, and she's going to say, oh, do you want me to iron a shirt for you or run a bath? Oh, do you want me to polish your shoes for you? Have you got enough money? I'll go cash point, get some money out for you. Do you know what I mean? A bloke will never play the ideal scenario in his head of what he wants.
No, it's the bad.
It's the
Yes,
worst.
I do that all the time. You know something's going to go down, and you think, oh, you get ready for it. And then more often than not, it doesn't happen like that. And it's like, yay, that's good. But I don't know. Men are such simple creatures, and I don't understand why women think that we aren't.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's just we're not complicated at all. Well, most
All
men are.
men, most general men out there want two things. They want to be fed and they want to be fucked. That's it. Do you know what I mean? Giving a pat on the head now and again. You know what I mean? But like, they don't. I've never met a man that wants everything out of life. And you can have whatever you want. You can if you got to cheat. Like, how many people have got dreams out? Like, I mean, you're good at your dreams because you fulfill them for yourself. So things that you want to achieve, you will go out your way and you'll make it happen. And you
Sort
do that
of.
yourself with it. Yeah, I know, but you don't ask for gratification. You don't ask for permission. You don't try to preempt how it's going to impact on things. You'll try to fulfill what you want. But how many people out there have got dreams or aspirations that they want to do and they're afraid to tell their missus? Actually, like that's the bottom line of it. We're afraid of people's reactions. If I was to tell you, oh, you know, I kind of want to go back and, you know, take a bit more education because I want to better myself. You know, you get 50% of people saying that's really good, but you might get the people closest to you saying, or your missus, for example, or your husband, like laughing at you, going, "What are you doing that for? You're thick as shit. You can't do that."
I think family are often the worst people to support you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whether it's because they're too close to you, but if you tell your mates or your friends something, they'll be like, "Oh, that's a good idea. That's really good." But then you tell your family, and they just laugh at you and say, "What's stupid? What are you doing that for? Why do you want to do that?" And then they bring personal stuff into it, like, "Oh, that's going to affect me and the time and stuff like that." And maybe that's why, because how it affects
How it affects them.
them rather than it ain't going to affect your mates.
I hate that. I fucking hate that. I hate that. Is the fact that people think when you want to do something, the first thing they think of is themselves. How's this going to affect me? Not, okay, that's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
This is what he wants to get. This is where he wants to go. And I think that's why,
yeah.
9 times out of 10, that's why I shut down. As a person, I just shut down. My exterior is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Phenomenal? Phenomenal. Phenomenal. My exterior is phenomenal. Phenomenal. Because I can paint. I am the true definition of me. I can be the bounciest, bubbliest character who thinks everything is all okay in the hood with me, and no one will ever know. So just don't try and show it. I don't try and show how I feel. I hate the thought when my dreams are crushed and shut down, or things that I want to do, or places I want to go shut down, and I just accept it. I accept it, and that little piece of me is crushed, and then I just put it in a little box, and I just say, it wasn't meant to be. And I hate the fact that as a man, as a woman, as anybody, you have to deal with that. Because I fully respect that women go for the exact same thing, where their husbands, partners, boyfriends will belittle them and make them feel that little bit smaller just to make themselves feel that a little bit taller.
Yeah.
Like, and that's it, isn't it? That is the bottom line of it. Is people do that to make themselves feel better, to make someone else feel small. It just doesn't sit with me.
I think the whole world is more selfish than it's ever been at the moment. Like people say, "Oh, we do this for family, for your friends, your loved ones," but you're not. If you're really honest with yourself in a dark room on your own, you are fucking not. You are thinking about how it affects you, what will benefit you in every decision you make. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, because we all have the right to be happy, as long as your happiness doesn't put people in a bad situation. Then I think that's okay.
But that's the balance of it, isn't it? Is the fact that you do have a right to be happy, but actually you also have 50% you're allowed to be sad.
Yeah.
And people think that being sad's a bad thing all the time. You can't be happy all the time. You can't be okay all the time. And people think that that's where your mental health sits and lies, is the fact that why aren't you happy all the time? You should take these tablets to make your brain feel better all the time. We're going to, put that chemical balance back into the brain where you should feel okay all the time. No, not every day is okay. Not every day. Every day is earned. Every day is not promised. But doesn't mean just because you woke up feeling positive on a Monday morning, it means that you're going to feel that on a Tuesday. It doesn't work like that. Every day is not a holiday.
No.
As much as we want it to be, right? We still have to slug out the hours. We still have to fucking pay, the fucking gas and electric bill that we fucking don't want to pay. And sometimes I just feel bad and feel that I wish that people would speak up more for the lives that they're living that they don't want to live. Like, if there's a life that you want to live, I wish more people would take action and say, do you know what? I'm done. This is not where I want to be. Don't waste your chances on fucking being miserable. Don't do it.
That's obviously difficult though, because you could have kids and partners and marriages and
I understand. Yeah, I get that.
That's a massive step to disrupt households, children, jobs, maybe relationships. It is. It's a massive step, but then you'll regret it later in life.
For the rest of your life. For the rest of your life. How many people go to their fucking deathbed with dreams that they never completed?
Mm.
How many people have fucking died, right? And their dreams are a week away. And they've just fucking, that's it. Or they've just faded away. They've just let it go. And they're just fucking, that's it. It's done now. It doesn't matter. I haven't got time for that. Oh, I can't do that. I understand that. I get, and especially when children, marriage, family, everything's involved. But you have to take some self-growth with yourself and say, actually, do I want this as much as I think I do? If you do, then you've got to make it happen. Whether it be a new job. How many people are afraid to get a new job because they don't want to lose the security?
Mm.
Like if I fell out of work tomorrow, I guarantee I'd have a fucking job by the next day or the day after doing something. You have to make it work. There's things that you have to do, but there's things that you have a choice at as well. Some people just can't afford to stop though. That's the problem.
Yeah. During lockdown, there was either going to be more divorce or more babies. It would go either one way or the other, because you couldn't stand living with your partner, not going anywhere, not being able to do anything, or you're really happy and you just spend all day fucking. I'd like to know the statistics of both of those arguments.
I reckon that it's probably a 50-50 thing. But I think, do you know what? Like, even when my missus row, right, and we row on an occasional basis. Well, I don't row. I sit there and basically do what I just said. Shut down and just take it all in. Absorb. Yeah. But, yeah, I just think sometimes, I don't know. It's make or break, isn't it? Especially lockdown was tough though for a lot of people. Mm. And I think people are now coming out of that and coming out with worse problems than they've ever had. Because not only that, people have had time to think. But then also, imagine obviously those people that spent, no matter what age they were, they spent an entire nearly 2 years alone.
Some people, who didn't have families or weren't getting the support that they needed. Yeah.
Mental.
And it all came from a bat.
What bat? What's that?
That's a taxidermy bat that I've had for about 5-6 years. Don't ask.
That's what caused COVID, was it? That bat.
Yeah, that's the one.
Did you get it from Wuhan? Wuhan?
This episode will really help a few people leave their partners.
Why not? Or not leave their partners. Or say...
make them realise.
Or women are going to be like, so that's what he fucking does in the car. He has rows with himself. I'd be coming on those fucking car journeys with him.
I can row as well.
It's not about that. Like, I think that's one thing we have to say as a disclaimer, that it's not about realising, but it's all about taking stock of what you've got, where you are, what's important to you.
Yeah.
Like, not everything boils down to your relationship. A lot of it boils down to our self-beings as well. That's the problem. Too many people are quick to blame, and that's where people leave their relationships, end up really unhappy, more unhappy than they've ever been, because people leave what's great to think they're going to get better when better is already doing great without you. Because they think they should leave a current situation because they think they deserve better or it's going to be better. The truth is, nobody knows what it is around the corner. You know, your relationship could be bad right now, and you could both hit a turning point in the road and actually think, right, we're now more stable with each other and we can focus on each other more and we can work on this. Like, it's not always down to the relationship. That's the worst thing to ever think. Sometimes it might be down to you. Sometimes you're not achieving your goals because you're wanting to blame people too much.
Yeah, easy to blame somebody else and not
Oh
look at
yeah.
yourself. Yeah.
I mean, we are all selfish at doing that, right? We are all, we've all done that before, where we've tried to blame someone else for our mistakes. The truth is, it's your mistake. You're just not doing anything about it. You're just ready to moan about it all the time and not do anything about it.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a difficult thing to do.
That's
You need to
another thing.
realise.
As a bloke, that is one of the things that we are shit at. We'll admit our mistakes to ourselves, but to admit our mistakes verbally to other people, most blokes find it difficult to do that.
Quite often I go on the defensive rather than... I will admit, obviously, yeah, I did that. But then, well, I'm not doing this then. You know, even though it's my fault, you know, I won't try hard at this area if I'm not good enough. And that's a very defensive thing that I do.
Mm-hmm.
When people find my mistakes and I'm like, fuck you in my head, I'm like, you bastard.
And that's it, is you've got to be willing to swallow both pills. Is it me? Have I done it? Did I do it? Or is it the situation? Is it the problem? Can it be resolved? And I find that the hardest part for a lot of people to understand is the fact that actually they are so quick to push the blame onto someone else, whether it be male or female, but they're not willing to look at themselves, because looking at themselves is a bigger story. Most people don't want to open this. I think everybody has a box, and inside that box is a lot of demons. And I think if you was to sit down and really go into that state of mind of all your past demons and shit that you've ever been through, from the lowest to the lowest, I think that'll be a scary box for everybody. That's kind of one thing that we don't want to exhale. And people carry those burdens around with them for a long time. Yeah. Not realising that actually burdens are really heavy on your life.
Oh yeah. They're always there.
Self
they don't
burdens
go away.
anyway. No.
Unless you get therapy.
They don't go away. I don't even think it's therapy though. I don't think explaining your stuff to somebody else and you paying somebody else a load of money just to listen to your shit.
Your friends can do that. You know.
Like, yeah. The conversation you do that, actually breathing it out and saying, actually, do you know what? Fuck me, just give yourself a break. Just take it easy, man. You're doing all right. You're not that bad. You're living, you're breathing. You've been through some shit. We all have, right? Yeah. But then that's another thing as blokes, is the fact that we always go on the defensive of saying, oh, look, here they go, telling their fucking story. No one wants to hear it. And really, all you're thinking is, I wish somebody had listened to my story.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
that's deep
down. We don't want to tell our story. Yeah, it is deep down.
Yeah.
But that's the men of today's society, is the fact that most men are not willing to talk. That's why one of the highest rates of men, one of the highest statistics is in men under 40 are more likely to commit suicide.
Yeah. Women don't commit suicide, do they? You notice that? Very rare, unless it's drug related. From what I believe.
Then have you ever? Yeah, exactly, drug or mental health related.
Yeah.
But the obviously the statistics of more men are likely to commit suicide than the age of 40 is because men won't discuss. They won't discuss. We can have this conversation. Doesn't mean that me and you are going to discuss. We can talk about what's right, but doesn't mean we're going to tell what's causing the problem. And that's it. And most people listening to this will think that. People think, yeah, do you know what? I can listen to the advice, but will I go and tell my best mate Dave, who I work with as a builder Monday to Friday, about how I feel, worthless most days? It's not something that's discussed. It isn't. Whereas women will be open. And I congratulate women that actually can talk about that. And actually, do you know what? Realizing it is okay to talk about that. You just have to get to a point where you're comfortable to be with that one person who you can tell. Most men won't even tell their missus what's wrong. What's bothering them? But deep down anyway.
Like I said, that could be an issue with them not being supported in general. So they feel they can't tell their missus, but their mate won't understand. Like we discussed earlier, you see. That could be why.
And that's what I think, we've all seen the amount of especially a lot of men that have actually committed suicide. Or, and you think nobody knew about what was going on, really. They've not spoke about it. And there might be a chain of events leading up to their death, or, well, it's taking your own life now, isn't it? It's not suicide. Because it's not, it used to be classed as a crime, didn't it?
Suicide, yeah. Yeah, if you didn't succeed, you'd be in trouble with the police, yeah.
Yeah. Because it's taken your own life now. How many people do you think could be saved if they just had a conversation or fucking spoke to somebody or, realised that actually they're worth more than their thoughts at that time? Because that's all it is your thought. The time of suicide is your worst thoughts and feelings of a build-up, right? You take all your bad days, roll them into one, and then you're pushed over the edge. And I think a lot of men have to find an output as well. You have to find you're busy all the time. You're never not busy. As a person, you might have shit going on, but you constructively are either working, filming, projects, fucking, out on sites or whatever you're doing. How often do you have time to sit and think? It's probably not a good thing for you to sit and think.
Well, at the moment, yeah, obviously, you know how I am at the moment. I think non-stop, no matter what I'm doing. I'm always thinking of situations and bad shit. But, you just got to smile and get on with it sometimes.
And that is, but that's, like I said, it's the day and age of men, isn't it? It's the fact that stiff upper lip, get on with it, carry on, move forward, break the cycle. The thing is actually maybe what you need to do is you need to break down what's actually wrong with yourself, be honest with yourself, and then break each situation down, say, right, this is what I need to do to move forward at this moment in time.
I sort of know everything that's causing the issues, to be fair.
Of course you will. They're your problems. You know that.
I'm not technically in control of how to improve it, if that makes sense. So sometimes it's out of your control. You know what's wrong, you know what needs to be done, but you can't necessarily make the decision to make that change. So you just have to get on with it.
But sometimes you've got to rationalise a plan as well. You've got to be. You've got to do a best case scenario and a worst case scenario, and hopefully, you'll end up somewhere down the middle. And I think that's another reason, again, and as a final point, is sometimes people don't know where to turn. Sometimes people don't know where to start, and actually, day one is terrible. Is the worst day ever. But day two will be that little bit lighter.
Oh yeah.
And
some days are really good, and other days are shit. But it is what it is.
But then, even personally, don't suffer with it for long. Don't suffer with it in silence, because it's not worth the silence.
No, that. Yeah.
You gotta face facts with it some days. I know I do. That's how I deal with my shit. So sometimes I think, do you know what? Enough's enough. I've had enough of it. I'm gonna break it free. I'm gonna break it loose. I'm gonna go to the gym and pump some iron. Take it out on a treadmill. Honestly, I tell you what, Hassan, one of my best tips just to get everything out is
Run.
go to the no running. Fuck running. I hate running. Fuck running. Right, incline 12 or 15, whatever gym you go to. Right, 3.5 on your pace scale. 30 minutes uphill walking. Just listening to some good motivational shit that I like to listen to, and I let everything out. Honestly, the emotions that go through my head, from good to bad to ugly to, and I leave it all there on the table. I just leave it all there. I just fucking burn it out, and I'm like, look, keep going, and I'm like, keep going, don't stop, keep going. You still got more shit to do. Keep going, and that's my way of dealing with it. Is I can push myself to the fucking edge. Everybody's different though.
Yeah.
But on that note, people, I think I'm going to leave this episode on a positive note and actually say
on a treadmill.
on a treadmill. On a positive note, to actually say, do you know what? That actually every podcast episode isn't always going to be, fuck me, that was a funny as shit episode. That was really good. Some episodes, actually, we're going to talk about things that we don't want to talk about or discuss. And actually, there were no intent, in total honesty, there were no intentions for this episode today. There was no topic, there was no discussion, but we went from talking about having your balls tickled to actually men talking about in general, or women talking in general, or speaking up for yourself, or following your dreams. So actually, I kind of enjoy this episode because this is some of the shit that we don't get to say.
Yeah.
And a couple of things, if you are suffering, do you know what I mean? There's always another door to open. There's always another door. So just look at your options and look at what you can do. And don't be afraid to ask for help either. Ever ask for help, because somebody will help you. Yeah. Maybe not the closest people to you, but somebody out there will be willing to help. So have a good one, people. Thanks for listening to this very nice episode of Dads, Lads Kebabs. Deuces.
The Dads, Lads and Kebabs podcast is available to listen and download on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Podbean, and all other podcast platforms.